Hello all, in this video I'll be talking about UDISE Plus and PEN, which is a very important number now and as far as the schools are concerned, and there are a lot of queries on that, so I wanted to make a video on the importance of it, and our very dedicated staff from Samagra, John Shabong, he has made tutorial videos on how to upload this student data and all the entries, how to make this entry. So I'll leave all the links in the description, but this video is about what is UDISE and why it is so important for all categories of school and to complete the student data entry by the end of this month, especially for Meghalaya. It's very important, and the importance of PEN number as well. So let's start this video. So this is basically the UDISE website. It is udisplus.gov.in, and you can log in and see all the information. Different informations are there, and basically you have to log in. Every school has a login credential. For that, UDISE code is there, and along with the login is there, and everything is linked to a registered mobile number. So in case, of course, most of the school are already registered and have a UDISE code and login credential, but those who do not have any clue on that, you have to contact your block MIS or district MIS, and then those credentials will be generated by the state. So that is the UDISE portal. Let's quickly, when we click on this dashboard, of course, you can see everything, and it's a wonderful information. It is like basically it's a MIS, and it's very useful. So there are a lot of sometimes we get a lot of information request about education, and also this can be the answer. You can just log in and see this is showing for the entire country right now. It has about 15 lakh schools, it has these many 95 lakhs teachers, and I think 26 crore students as of now, and all the different indicators, the gross enrollment, the dropout rate, the transition rate, PTR, how many toilets, how many drinking waters are there, everything are there. So let's quickly check for the let's select the 21-22 and let's select Meghalaya. Yep. So this is currently the figures for Meghalaya. So everything, all the information you can get here. This is the indicators, this is about the toilets, this is about the library, electricity, and all the indicators are very wonderfully explained here, and that is why every school must update these information, because a lot of schemes now which will be given and the funds which will be released, that is essentially on the UDISE platform. So this is basically the UDISE dashboard. It has like a lot of details. You can go through all the details. I'm not going into that. This video is about the importance of UDISE and why we must complete this data entry. Now here, if you see login for all modules, so here you have to click, and after that you have to, if you are going to do the student entry, student entry, then you select the state here, and then if you click on go, then your basically use this login screen is there, and you have to enter your UDISE code, which is the user ID and the password, and and then log in and do the entry. Now for every module, of course, it's very detailed and all that. So John has, as I mentioned before, John has made detailed videos, 7 number of videos. So I'll link all the videos in the description of this video. So this is how every school has to log in and complete the UDISE data entry for 23-24. And basically let's now look into the importance of UDISE and why it is so important. So what is UDISE? Now UDISE is Unified District Information System for Education Plus. Earlier it was UDISE, now it has been made UDISE Plus, because it has, the attempts are being made to have real-time data and everything is online. So it's a improved version over the previous version. So this is essentially called UDISE Plus, Unified District Information System for Education Plus. So it's basically information system for education plus, and it's like a MIS for education essentially. MIS is where every system these days, every department has a MIS. So this is essentially everything relating to school education is on this portal. So UDISE Plus, that is why it's very important. Now, timely and accurate data, of course, anything you want to do, it has to be measured first. What gets measured gets done. Peter Drucker, the management guru, he said this thing, and everything now is about data. so is school education. So every data must be measured, every must be quantified, so that we can take the right decisions. So therefore, this UDISE thing was initiated by government of India, and then initiated in the 2012-13 year, and now it has been upgraded, and it's called UDISE Plus now. So now the thing is that there's something called data capture format. There is a format given by the ministry on the website of UDISE, and then these data capture format every school has to fill, and generally there is a cutoff date for that. And from 18-19 it has been decided to launch UDISE Plus, so that it becomes an effective tool in decision making, which is online data, and the attempts are to make it real time. So now what are the new features of UDISE Plus? UDISE Plus is an improved and updated version of UDISE. As I said, the entire system is online now, and gradually it's moving towards real time data. It includes new features of Samagra. There are many new schemes and new features of Samagra which require specific data to be captured. So earlier, of course, these data modules were not there. So these data modules also have been now captured in the UDISE Plus portal. So that's why DCAFs have been modified, and the schools have to enter this information. Now, what is the expected outcome? Why we are doing this big exercise? Now, real time and quality data for any information. Let's suppose today there is a scheme wherein we want to make some solar power we have to give to schools. Now for that, information is needed, that which schools are out of electricity, which schools are having. Let's suppose we want to give this solar energy to LP schools having more than 100 enrollment. So if we have this real-time data, it becomes very fast. Otherwise, the letter has to be sent to the SDSCOs, they will send to the school, and it will take months and months to get this data. That is why this real-time data, it's really a great thing, and things can move faster. Now, evidence-based planning and decision-making. For anything, if you want to plan a new scheme, if you want to improve, first you have to see the ground realities, what is there on the ground. So for that, of course, to see that, this UDISE is like a blessing. And then if we have updated the data all the time, then decision making can be very easy. We can do a lot of data analytics to identify factors affecting school performances. So performance is also when you progress, do the data progress, student progression from 1 year to next year. Essentially, you have to enter the percentage, the attendance of the student. So everything gets captured, and it helps us in doing this kind of analysis. Time series data to study the trend. So now with the UDISE Plus and SDMS, what has happened is you can track the progression of a child. Like every child will have a unique ID, and wherever he goes, that ID will continue. So if you click on that ID, you can see the whole progression, and maybe in the future, with the introduction of AI and all that, suggestive modules can be also there, that based on your performance of the student and his interests, what is a likely good career option for him. So these kind of AI enabled things can also, if we have a good data set, then a lot of things can be done. So then track key performance indicators, and also school and teacher rationalization. So rationalization is another big thing which we have to do in Meghalaya. There are some teachers having less number of teachers but very high enrollment, and on the other hand there are very less enrollment and more number of teachers. So we need to see the data, this data real time, to make good decisions. So that is why UDISE is very, very important. So these are the expected outcomes of UDISE. What are the different modules of this UDISE? So one is very basic, school profile, that will capture all the information about your school, school safety, vocational education, physical facilities, equipment, computer and digital initiatives, etc. Basically, this is the logistical profile of the school. Then there will be a teacher profile about all the teachers, their academic and qualifications, professional qualifications, training, etc., etc. And then finally, the most important is student profile. Data regarding all the students. Basically, as I said, SDMS, we are now able to track every students individually, so all the information about that student has to be entered. So these are the three basic modules of UDISE Plus. As I said earlier, now we have something called SDMS, Student Database Management System,
and every student is being tracked. So when you migrate a student, suppose there can be various scenarios. He has progressed to the next class, so you have to enter in the progression module. He has left school with TC, left school without TC. All these options are available, and you have to update the UDISE. And then when the student goes out from a school, that student goes to a drop box, and then any school wherever he is taking an admission, that new school can pull this import these student details from the drop box. But for that, every student has to be registered on this SDMS, and that is why it's very, very important for all the schools, not just government schools, not just aided schools, but the private schools also need to immediately ensure that their SDMS is updated, so that the PEN number is for every student is generated, so that student, whenever he goes here and there, he faces no problem. So that is why all schools must complete this new module and update their UDISE data. Now, what is the process of the student data entry? The first is progression activity. So every year after the declaration of result, you have to see from the previous year what student has been promoted to the current year, so that data can be pushed. You can import newly admitted student from the Dropbox if somebody has come from a different school. So you can import that student, add new student. He was not there in the SDMS, and for the first time his data is being entered. And then this data entry has to be completed in all in respect to his marks, attendance, and then that has to be certified. So this is the process of data entry. Now, what is this PEN number? This is very, very important. This is a unique 11-digit random number generated by UDISE Plus for individual student registered in SDMS. Now, it is very important that this number is generated for all the students, so that they can be when they are taking admission anywhere else, this will be required and useful for tracking, and very useful for identification and monitoring and putting them in the Dropbox. Pen is attached to the students until he completes the school education. So this is very, very important. In general, some points, I'm sure by now you have understood why UDISE is so important for student record management, to know anything and everything about the students existing in a school. This will help us. So also about the school, and also about the students, so all this, and teachers. So all this data will be readily available for the government, for any organization who are planning to start any intervention. So this becomes very, very important. Now, administrative efficiency, as I said, data is the king these days. If you have the data, you can make the right decisions. You can be more efficient in implementing the schemes. It will help in decision making. It will help in compliance and reporting. Otherwise, so much of time is spent on collection of data, sending letters, compiling data and all that. So if readily information is available, so much of education department's work will be reduced, and we can focus on more of improvement works rather than just compiling. So it will help us in lot of things and make things faster. So this is the importance of UDISE, and I'm sure by now you have understood the importance of this UDISE Plus and the importance of the PEN number. So I hope you have liked this video, and as I said before, all the important links to these videos of detailed procedure of how to do this, how to update the student module, how to update various modules, and how to overcome various challenges. Detailed videos have been made by John, and I'll be sharing all the links in the description. So go through that, and you can always contact your block MIS if you're facing any issues. So I encourage once again, I want to request all the schools of Meghalaya to complete this data entry, UDISE entry at the earliest, and every year it has to be a regular thing, and at the start of every academic session this exercise should be done at the earliest. So because if the data is real time, if the data is updated, first of all, these schemes will be much more efficient. And the second point is that the PEN number, every student must be having this, so that whenever he migrates to some other school or goes to some other state for studying, he will not face any problems. So once again,
complete your UDISE plus entry. If you are having any issues, watch the videos. I'll link in the description, and also you can contact your MIS block MIS officials if you are facing any difficulty. So I look forward in the next 15 days that all the schools of Meghalaya will quickly complete their student entry, and all the modules they will complete, and Meghalaya will achieve 100%. But this exercise is not just for this year. This is a regular thing, and every year you must ensure that this exercise is done. We will be taking different reviews at different level, and I hope that we will quickly achieve 100% for 23-24. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more content on education, and please suggest in the form of a comment on which topics you want me to talk about education. It has been 1 year now for me in education, and let us keep working together and improve all the indicators of Meghalaya education scenario. Thank you so much. Mithila Shibong.